Hello and welcome back to Terrain Fever, where we are looking at a balloon, one of those chat bubbles in the cartoons, or a potato on a wire, or I don't know, our network at least, the network of the Loco Boys. Now, as you can see over here, we have made a little small jump in time. And that is because I took it upon myself to do some further tweaking of vehicles, lengthen up a few and, well, basically that's all I've done. So what I did exactly, it's not really a biggie. I added one wagon to the oil line over here, the Stockton oil line. I added a wagon to the Stockton petrol line. I've also added some more wagons to the Rayleigh Wood line, and I've lengthened up the Rayleigh Goods line, because Rayleigh is booming business, as you can see. Look at the charts. Rayleigh is kind of exploding, so yeah, I had to kind of take care of things over here. Now, I've also been keeping an eye on how our latest line, the Stockton Featherstone line, has been doing. And I must say that even though it had a little bit of trouble starting up, it is starting to kick into second gear, or third gear maybe at most. But it is starting to pick up, so we're all good in that department. Now, if we take a look over here, you'll see that we're in January, so the figures you see over here, I don't know, they're not that representative really, but, well, what we have is, this I think will soon be just a profit. The rest, except for you, because, well, we're not looking at the right times at you. I mean, Leominster Goods, see, the real catch is that if you take a look at the finances, you see that pretty much every year it's just a small amount of losses it's making. Now, I don't think that we will solve this by adding more trains to this, because it's demand-based. If we take a look, Leominster is not as big as Rayleigh and only has a 33 cargo item supply, or a cargo demand. So, at any given rate, only 33 cargoes are needed for it, and as long as we transport all of those, and we do, I mean, what we have waiting over here is, well, just what has been produced ever since the train left. The train's actually waiting here a short time, which is another issue that we need to take a look at. So I think the only way to get this profitable is by have Leominster grow even further, and well, that's kind of another issue. See, Rayleigh, my theory is to why Rayleigh is exploding in the charts is that here it was just Rayleigh on its own. Then we entered with the connection to Newton. Then the Leominster connection, and then the Stockton-on-Tees connection, and then things started skyrocketing. Yes, that's my theory. So, because it's quite central, this Rayleigh town, Leominster will have a bit of a harder time growing. But maybe because Rayleigh is in high gear, Leominster will pick off a few grains and maybe grow, on the flow that Rayleigh has. I don't know, we'll have to see. Now, the lengthening up of wagons did require a bit of waiting. And look at this, yes, we have 3.3 million. That's quite a lot. And, well, it's all, of course, as well, thanks to our highly profitable lines over here. Look at that, highly profitable. So, yeah, it's all good. That means that we have enough money to start hooking up Southwell too. Now, we need to take a good look at things. First of all, I want to know what the land use is of Southwell. So, there we go. That's kind of an issue, actually. Seeing how we need a station over here for the passengers. That's kind of in the way, because if we open up the contour lines, there's a freaking mountain here. I mean, look at it, mountain. And well, we could go around like this, but as you can see, that's just a massive detour. So maybe we should make a tunnel. I don't know. That could be an idea, really. You know, just tunnel through the mountain and. Actually, we would have to tunnel like over here, where this forest is, and then come out over here, and then... Yeah, alright. Well, that's a plan, at least. I do think that over here we still have a free track, and if we don't... Yeah, we should be able to just hook it up to these tracks. But if we're gonna do that, we're gonna need some switches and all that, which means that we'll probably have the... thing over here, which means that it will, yeah, maybe, you know, just because, by the way, how come this is developed? Is this a town on its own right now? Or is that because we removed the road? I don't know, really. This is odd. In any case, I think it's better for us if we do not do, or if we don't do the tunnel and just go like this, because that is, you know, more in favor with our current track layout. Right, so that's the connection to Rayleigh sorted then, which will be the first connection. And what we also need to know is how, or well, if and how this town gets its cargo. Guess what? It does not get its cargo. It says it gets one cargo, but I'm not digging it. We have an iron mine over here, which brings its goods to both of these. Oh, we're of course only gonna do one of them. I mean, the station would have to be in this way, because that's the lay of the terrain. Which, I mean, frankly, if I'm honest, I think it would be better to use road over here, or vehicles. I mean, just look at how short the distance this is. I almost think that trains are a bit too much overkill. I mean, what do we have over here at Newton? I mean, that is a considerably larger distance than this. Or is it not? It's... I don't know. Yeah, I think it will be a larger distance because... Well, it's close. Let me put it like that. It's close. Right, so maybe it isn't such a bad idea then to use trains over here. No. What we'll have to do, if we use trains, we'll have to have a station over here that's going to be facing like this. Then we'll have one over here. And then we need one over here. So we are already going to need a junction. There's nothing wrong with that, per se. It's just that, are there other options? That's the question, of course. Besides, I don't even know how these work. It says over here, yeah, you need to deliver both iron and coal. Now, we do have a mine over here, of course. Ooh, that's interesting. And this does have a reasonable distance, which also pretty much means that, well, you know, if we're gonna go with the coal as well, which I think we have to, we then end up using this one in such a fashion, really. That would be ideal. And then have a bridge. Or not, because the station over here will have to be like this, just so that we can... Or should it be like this, and then have a bridge over the water? We could do that. Oh, heck, this... Oh, look at the place over here for a station. Bonkers mad, I tell you. This would be so perfect if we can just jam in a station over here. And then we have one over here that goes to over here. And then we will have, well, I guess the station that we'll build over here, we'll just have to make like a detour or something like that and to end up at this station. So it's basically gonna make like a big curve. I guess it could work. I think we could be onto something over here. Nice. Right, well, we are then going to supply Southwell with goods. So, yeah, it's time to do some building then, I guess. Right, now, I was just about to build the bridge over here, and the current type that we have selected for it is the wooden one. But I have been advised in the comments not to use this because apparently it is bugged, which is a shame because I really like it, but apparently it's bugged and we cannot build a bridge right next to it when we try to like group up tracks, you know, when we build alongside them. So even though it looks nice, we're gonna go with these stone concrete bridges, which, I don't know, look stony and grey, I guess, but yeah, it's all, you know, these seems to be the one that do work. We could also go with this, but I don't know, I don't really like this, you know, it just doesn't appeal to me, so we're gonna go with this. And yeah, then I thought I'd just explain the how and why. So we're continuing on with the track building. Alright, I think we got the first part of this track setup done, and I must admit instantly that this might have been slight overkill. I don't know really, I just thought let's get a big and badass station right in the center of the town. In hindsight, I do really doubt that this was a smart move. Maybe we could have gone with a smaller version and just be right, fine, but let's just say that this is future-proof no matter what. Right, now, let's get them trains out, shall we? Now, I know that we still have to hook up a coal mine, but I don't know if that is required for this to produce goods, so I'm betting that just the iron ore will also start the production. Hopefully. If not, we will have to get the coal mine hooked up ASAP. But of course, we won't hesitate to do so. So yeah, let's get some trains out, and we will start very modestly with a small train. Now, this is of course going to require... Ooh, that's interesting. Because this isn't passengers and we won't ever see passengers over here, we could use one of those. These slower trains. It's not that they're slower by much, but they have a hell of a lot more power. In fact, almost double the amount of power. And they're slightly cheaper. I don't know, all of a sudden, because it's such a short distance, I am really tempted. You know what? We're gonna use this new type of locomotive. So, now, ouch, there goes 500,000. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And then we need to use one of these open wagons. Now they're relatively small, especially when you compare them to a stake car, which has like 8 capacity. And these are really small. So I think even despite the small, the short distance and the slow speed, I still think we should go with 3 wagons. I mean, 2 just seems a little bit too small for this. Besides, who knows, maybe Southwell will soon also see an explosion in growth like Rayleigh. So... Right, now we got this sorted, but we also need to set up a new line for this. So let's get that done right now. I want one station to be... Wait, how does that called? Brightlingsea North. Okay. Well, that's one station. The other one is Southwell South. Brightlingsea. Where is that even? I mean, Brightlingsea. It must be over here. The names are turned off, of course, because we're making lines. Right, in any case, we are going to call this the Southwell Iron Ore. There. Very, very original. Now, you know what? We're going to call this Southwell Earths. I don't know. I think Southwell Ore will do. Right, okay, so that's that sorted. Now, we should see, if I'm not mistaken, and... no. Oh, these are the trams. Yeah, alright, look, see, we see a train over here. We can set to the Southwell Ore line. Right, but that's only one train. We then need another train that is going to transport these goods from this location to over here. And by the way, I just now realized I totally forgot to set this up to full load any. Right. Now this is an even smaller distance, so I think over here all that we really need is... Well, actually... Over here we can also use these slower locomotives because the distances are so small. Yeah. Alright, we'll do so. We will buy another... Oh, crap. Wrong button. We will buy another one of these and we will only use 2 goods wagons. because the distance is even shorter. And yeah, I mean, really, I don't think we will ever have these lines be, you know, having very long trains, unless Southwell becomes a metropolis proper. But right, we will call this the Southwell Goods. Southwell Goods there, and we will add this and that station. And again, we will go for a full load, if any. Yeah, that seems about right. And then we can set this train to this new line, Southwell Goods. All right, well, that should be a functioning train line. We are also kind of broke right now, because I can tell you one thing that's going to happen. The moment we unpause, all of the running costs will get subtracted and we will be in the red deeply. So I can kind of guarantee you that. But regardless, we should see them trains depart over here. Oh, look at it being cute. Cutie, cutie, cutie. It really does look cute, doesn't it? With those headlights, it almost has like this friendly face kind of feel to it, but... Right, well, yeah, I guess it is... Oh, there is one more thing that I was keeping an eye on, but I was kind of like, you know, let's start playing, I want to play. And that is the passenger line over from Leominster to Rayleigh. Now we have a train coming and you can only carry 51. The problem is that the other train is over here. I think it's you. Yeah, and you can only carry 33. But, see, what my guess is that we might not have enough capacity over here, because this train is due to arrive 62. It will leave like 15 passengers, which means that we only need like 15 more passengers generated. And then this one will already be having too many passengers for this train, which is all the way over there, to be able to take away. So my plan, cunning as it is to lengthen up that train. But yeah, there's like no depot in sight apart from this one, so we are going to have to wait a little bit. But oh my good lord, my prediction about our financial situation might have been slightly off. Oh no, never mind. The red figures aren't as deep in the red as I thought they would be. They're more like a shallow, you know, trickling tickle to the feet, which is already gone right now. Ah well, what can we do, right? Now, let's see over here. What we need to know is whether or not the production try to deliver more coal. And over here, what is happening? This is not really growing. Show me the cargo over here. Right, now you're gonna wait over there, and you are already waiting over here. What do you carry? 0 iron ores. And I don't think it's going up over here either. Yeah, you know what I think? I think for this to even work, we need both the coal and the iron ore. Otherwise, nothing will happen. So, I'm gonna save up till we have like a million or two, and then, well, maybe 2.5. And then we will build the coal line with a train accommodating it, and hopefully then we should see some production starting up over here. So, yeah, enjoy the cinematics. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, look at the count of our money and look at this coal mine. I think right now it is time that we hook up the coal mine towards this factory, the steel mill, so that it can start producing the steel that we need. So, to do that, we are going to use the two rightmost tracks for that. So it will be separate from the iron ore and deliver part of it, but still, well, it'll still be connected towards the station. So to do that, this is gonna be tricky, because what I think the best course of action would be something like this. So we would actually be touching the town almost. We would have to like skimp it and then, yeah. Right, that's gonna be interesting. Unless, of course, nah, there's no way we can wiggle ourselves past this road on this side, which would save a crossing if we were able to make this happen, but no, that is just out of the question. So, now that we know how the track is going to go, let's build it, shall we? Something tells me that there are better ways to handle this, but alright. If the game says this is the solution, we'll take it, but it's not really the most beautiful one. Ah well, continuing on. Alright, and there it is. Now it is time that we get ourselves the train so that the whole operation can, well, you know, pretty much get a move on. Because right now, nothing's happening over here, and I don't like it one bit. So, what we are going to need is a coal train with considerably more length, and we also are going to use the faster locomotive because this is a long distance. So we'll buy one of you, and I think if we go with 4 to start up, that's only 16 capacity, alright? 16. Once this starts to kick into higher gear, you know, and the production ramps up to like 40 or so, we definitely will need more wagons, but for now I think 4 is fine. So then, of course, because I seem to always forget this, we need to set up a line, and I should do that stuff first actually, but ah well, better late than never, because if we don't do this, then we won't ever get any profits from this. There, right, and we will call this the Southwell coal. There. Right, and now we can finally start assigning you to the Southwell coal line, and you will full load all, any. Right, now that should mean that we will start seeing production moving up. Oh yes, look at that. Instantly we see production over here. So that means that it's working. And actually, if you think about it, that means that the steel mill is one of the more profitable ways of supplying goods to a city, because basically you get to transport double the amount of resources for a certain amount of goods, which means more profits for us. It does require more investment early on, but it does a return, of course, as long as it's running a profit, which is quite easy to do actually with goods. Now then, so Southwell is starting to become supplied with goods, and oh my good lord. Wow, Featherstone Stockton, man. I mean, the line is kicking into action. Look at that, Featherstone Stockton. This is crazy. We only have one train there, and clearly that one train is not able to keep up over here. I mean, Featherstone Stockton. No, that's... yeah, it's you. Well, we are going to need to enlarge you, like, heavily. But that's something that I will do off camera. For now, I think we did quite well. We hooked up Southwell with some goods. And next up is a passenger connection, with which I think we can use a fair bit of the tracks we laid out over here, pretty much all the way till here. And then have it connect up till here. So we're gonna see some junctions and shared track use, huh? Network type stuff. Oh yeah. But that will have to wait for next time. Now, before I end this video, you might have been wondering why there haven't been any patches for this game lately. And it's not like this is official or anything, you know, from the devs, but they have announced that they're working on a DLC, a free DLC, free for everyone. At least it says on the website, and they announced it to be released in February. It's going to be like a locomotive and a vehicle pack, USA styled, and I think that's what they're working on right now. And until that's released, I don't think we'll see any patches anytime soon. So, in case you were wondering, there's the answer. And, yeah, things are going well. When we return next time, I will have updated quite a few trains with adjusted capacities. So, yeah. Till next time, I'd say, when we are going to make even more profit and expand and grow and become bigger and...